Thank you guys all for coming to the Central Alberta Real Estate Investor Network Deal Tank. Isn't this venue amazing? My favorite car is that gray Lamborghini right there. But I remember the first time that I raised capital, and it was at an event similar to this. We had 2 minutes to present our deal. And so I had this 7-unit apartment building, and it was under contract for $175,000 for 7 units. The plan was to spend $100,000, renovate the property, and it would be worth more. I had a couple come up to me afterwards, and they ended up partnering with us, and we bought the property. So I really like events like this. You're going to hear several deals today. We've got multiple presenters that will be coming up. And then our sharks, so we have Tyson Chewy. So Tyson Chewy is the owner of Adrenalin Automotive Group. He owns over $10 million worth of commercial real estate, and he has raised $4.5 million to buy businesses and real estate. One of the things that he taught me was he started in real estate. And one of the things he said is the skills that you learn translate to business for raising capital and such. So thank you for being our shark. And then we have Penny Kander, who is my mom. Oh, that's right. Thank you, Dion. Dion is a global award winner for film. So if anyone needs anything, he's awesome. Penny is my mom. I always say she's the founder of me. So she taught me everything I know. She owns more shoes or more houses than shoes because she says no one will rent your shoes. So thank you, Penny. Our first deal is being presented by Philip Smith and Cody Kelly. So welcome to the stage.
Thank you, Sharks, for having us. Yep, my name is Philip. Oh, how do we get it off this thing? You don't? Okay, there we go. Yeah, I've been a real estate investor for 3 years, done fix and flips, done wholesales, done long-term rentals, joint ventures, agreement for sales, everything.
Yeah, and so I'm Cody Kelly, same thing. So I've been a full-time real estate investor for 3 years and doing it for about 4.5 now. Wholesaling business, flips, all kinds of things, rentals, builds, kind of anything you can do, Mexico properties, things like that. So yeah, we have an amazing deal for you guys. So what we have is a suited home in Black Falls. And this home had a really great story to it. The person that owned this property prior had a bad JV partner, some bad tenants, all that kind of stuff. So we were able to pick this up, and then we went through and we fully renovated it. So it was a 97 property. It was built in 1997 or 2007. 2007. And so it wasn't that old, but however, the inside it needed to be basically fully redone. So we went through the basement suite and completely upgraded it with the proper soundproofing, fire doors, all that kind of stuff that it needs. Went through, repainted the whole place, new doors, new trim, new appliances, right through top to bottom. So it is a beautiful looking place now, and it has its own separate entrance. This is the MLS highlight sheet. As well, if you follow me on Instagram, if you search for Mighty Irish, you will see, I should be the first one that comes up, Mighty Irish Home Investors. And on my link tree is the listing as well. So you can either take a copy if you're interested, or you can jump on my Instagram and you can find it there as well. Do you guys have any questions about it?
What's the price?
We're asking $430,000 right now, so we did put it, we think a little low. We think it's worth about $475,000, but due to the time of year and, you know, we don't want it to sit, we want to kind of get moving on it, so we thought we'd put it at a price that's attractive. So it's not legally suited, it's almost legal. The biggest challenge was that it was gonna take almost 6 months for us to get permits, and we didn't have time to do that. So we went through and did it to the standards that are required, but it is not legally suited. It doesn't have the permit for it.
Okay. Are there current tenants in there?
There's not, no.
Okay.
We do believe the cash flow, so we ran the cash flow at $450,000 because that's what we were gonna refi it at, and it was around $1,400 to $1,500 a month cash flow that you would get out of that property.
One of my favorite things about illegal basement suites is you can actually live upstairs and Airbnb the basement. You can live upstairs and you can have it's funny. So it's called an illegal basement suite, but there will be banks that will use the rental income from downstairs to help you qualify. So I'm like, can we rent these out? That's kind of fun. So I think this property is a great strategy if someone wants to live in Black Falls in a fully renovated property and subsidize your rent by doing Airbnb.
Black Falls is growing at an astronomical rate. So like Red Deer is growing quite greatly, but if you go to Black Falls, there's huge development out there. A lot of people are moving there. Oil field families live there.
Okay. So you guys bought the property, renovated it, and then just looking to outright sell the property.
Yeah, exactly. So originally we thought maybe we'd keep it, but we actually just have way too many things going on right now to keep this. So we decided that, you know what, it's good. Like we ran the comps and they actually came back higher than what we thought they were as well when we started. So, you know, we thought let's just move on, get another property.
So I mean, at $1,400 and $1,500 cash flow, that's with 20% down, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
That's pretty great cash flow.
Mm-hmm.
I think at this point for me, I'd be looking more if it was rented out and just kind of easy. So I'm out on this one, but great presentation.
We can always find tenants for you if that's what you need, and manage it as well.
Good answer.
We can also legalize it for an extra amount of money and longer closing as well.
How much would it cost to finish the legalization? Approximately within $1 million.
We would have to run those numbers for you.
Yeah. Off the top of our head, it was probably around, I think we've got another 20 grand we got to put in. We've got to put an ARV system in, and heating.
That should be the only thing,
Yeah, 450, that'd be awesome because it'd be fully renovated.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, we'd have to do a longer closing.
Awesome. What's your favorite car?
The 911 right over there, and it is going to be my next car.
There you go.
It was very nice of you, Bryce, to make that a deal pending for me. Like, I really appreciate it. That's the car I'm driving home tonight.
That's awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Yeah, any questions afterwards, just come find us and we're happy to help you guys out.
And then next we have Dustin Cook. Give a round of applause for Dustin.
Good evening, everyone. My name's Dustin Cook. I'm the founder of Cook's Contracting and Build Co. I've been in the trades for over 15 years, and I specialize in residential and builds and renovations across Ontario and Alberta. Today, I'm presenting a low-risk, high-return investment opportunity on a new build. It's on a 1.6-acre parcel near Gull Lake. It's a nice hub in the summertime. This is a 1,400 to 1,500 square foot vaulted ceiling, pot lights, 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, unfinished basement property. If you can picture a nice ranch-style bungalow with timber frame front, nice deck to sit out on, enjoy your coffee in the morning. This investment is going to range between $750,000 to $850,000 in a pre-sale. So we're going to pre-sell the house. That's the opportunity. The hard costs are $450,000 for fully subcontracted and licensed trades, $75,000 soft costs, and the land is seller financed. So it's very low risk, high investment return. And we're asking for $340,000 secured in the first position on the title. After the first pre-sale mortgage draw, the investor receives a $40,000 investment return. At the sale closing, the investors repaid their capital first, along with a profit distribution from the end. So this project combines security, speed, and scalability. It's pre-sold, the land's secured already, and it's structured for a clean profit distribution at the end. It's a 9 to 12-month term. Investors can expect a 15 to 17% annualized return with all capital protected by the land and improvements. So this build also serves as a launch pad for our future development and growing together. Not looking for a one-time partner. I'm looking to, move forward on with other new builds in the Gull Lake area as the developer has other property that we've spoken about as well. This is the opportunity. I have more details in my sheets. Sharks.
So where is it located in Gull Lake? Is it over?
It's on
By
the
Meridian?
northwest side.
So
Yeah, closer to Rimbey.
Yeah, Meridian Beach is nice.
Yeah,
So the whole cost of the land is only 98,000?
that's correct.
Wow, 1.6
And there's
acres. That's a good deal.
yes.
Well, if it's pre-sold, there's not a lot of risk for anybody. So if anybody's got 340,000, there really is no risk. So
The house would be pre-sold, so we would need the investment up front. We have a land agreement for 6 months to advertise the property and go forward with the advertisement of the pre-sale of the home. And then we would lock in everybody's investment into the opportunity.
So you would post a MLS listing saying, hey, this is what the building could look like.
Yeah.
They would buy it, and then that's when you would need the investment.
Correct.
Pretty awesome. How long is it going to take to build, approximately?
Approximately 9 to 12 months, and that's conservative. Ideally, we'd like to do it between 6 to 9, but run our numbers conservatively. If we get done sooner, all the better for everyone.
I just want to give you props, man. This presentation or this proposal here is a nice breakdown. So that's what I like to personally see when I'm looking at deals. It's lots of money, but at the same time, yeah, something that I might consider. So good job.
Okay, thank you very much.
And what's your favorite car?
The gray Lamborghini.
Yeah, me too.
Yes.
Thanks, Dustin. Next, we have Crystal. Crystal Rush, come on up.
So I'm a realtor working with Royal LePage in Central Alberta. I actually have 2 listings I'm presenting tonight. You guys have the listing sheets there. So it's more of an opportunity to develop rather than an actual breakdown of what the investment would look like. So I'm bullish personally on Sylvan Lake as an investment location. Over my 20 plus years living and investing in Sylvan, I've seen a 0.1% vacancy rate, if that, due to the unique nature of being a seasonal summer tourist hotbed. Short-term rentals provide an excellent return throughout the summer months. In the famous words of Mark Twain, buy land, they're not making it anymore. One can easily see the appeal increasing for Sylvan Lake as it's the most visited lake in Central Alberta, hosting somewhere between 1 to 1.5 million tourists annually. Mr. Twain reminded us to buy land, so let's not forget about the land beside the water, even more valuable. I found my Sylvan investment properties to be perfect for diversification. On my units, I've rented as long-term, mid-term, and short-term, sometimes all within 1 calendar year. The municipality of Sylvan Lake has recently stepped up their development game as part of the initiative to incentivize investors to build and add units. They have approved the direct control redistricting, or the DCW, direct control waterfront. The rezoning has been done in order to help streamline the approval process for development along the waterfront area. The listings that I'm presenting to you tonight fall into this rezoning category and are a great opportunity for a multifamily unit, or if you're a fan of Monopoly and can acquire all 7 lots and add a large commercial mixed-use asset. So it's located on one of the busier roads in Sylvan, and it has like direct access down to the lake. Since the time is short this evening, I won't get into the weeds of the complex options for development, but I'll present you with the current situation on the 4738 50th Street listing. This 490 square foot cabin is currently being run as an Airbnb and has grossed $19,000 from May to October in just 5 months. It was rented long-term from January to April, fetching $1,850 all in per month, earning $26,000 in just 10 months. This is a double single titled lot measuring nearly 6,500 square feet, plenty of room for a smaller multifamily unit with plenty of parking. The current owner has done the roof, improved insulation, added more heating, and kept up with all the necessary maintenance. This turnkey property comes with property management built in if you're a hands-off investor, which is done by my local boutique short-term property management company, Hospitality Co. allowing you more time to focus on the development. The neighboring property is currently being used by the owners and has not yet been set up as an STR. However, with some furnishings and decor, it could be set up and running for the tourist season. With 3 bedrooms and 1,300 square feet, this property should generate approximately $300 to $350 per night during the busy season, with assuming a 50% vacancy rate. By acquiring both neighboring assets, you would have a total lot size of over 16,000 square feet of land to work with for the new development. Number 4734, which is the double lot, is listed at 349.9, and the 4738 triple lot is listed at 399.9, or a combined price of 77. Can somebody say it?
750.
700, yes, oh geez. And for the total of 5 lots on the prime location, just blocks from the lake and amenities, it makes the ideal location for mixed-use commercial residential property. By combining rental strategies, both cash flow and consistency would be easily achieved. Just come and chat with me if you want more details. And I do have a lot of information on the development and different options that the current owners have looked into. So
That's awesome. That was good.
except for I can't say a number.
How many floors can you build? How many stories tall?
It's 3 for sure, but I'm not sure the max that you can go. That is all in the development package from the town of Sylvan Lake.
Based on your experience, how many doors do you think would be in the residential, and then how many square footage for the commercial?
Well, you'd have to look at all of that through the development and zoning and decide if you wanted to do mixed use. Parking would be the one issue. So there is also, so it's a total of 7 lots. So the 2 listings that I've shown you, they're the center lots. So that's 5 lots. 1 lot on the interior has been bought by another investor who is looking to develop. The second 2, he would be willing to partner as land holder. The third, he's nearing retirement, so maybe not as keen to partner. And then the last one is currently owner occupied. So the owner occupied one, I feel as soon as the development was permitted, they'd probably be interested in selling.
That's awesome.
Yeah, this is a unique opportunity and great presentation. Yeah, I mean, it's, I like the fact that there's another investor and he's willing to partner and stuff. So this is kind of an appealing deal. So I'd be interested in taking a look at it after. So good job.
I love Sylvan Lake. I don't think I've ever had a client lose money in Sylvan Lake. My only regrets are not buying more in Sylvan Lake.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean, if you can buy all of those together, I mean, so I was looking at, anybody notice how many, well, you can't see it. So it's 490 square feet. This thing is making 19,000 in the summer and 26,000 the rest of the year. If we did that per square foot, I think that's probably the highest cash flowing thing I've ever seen per square foot. You could promote it that way. But, you know, and change the other, because Airbnb is hot in Sylvan, but also the midterm and long-term options are excellent because there's nothing for rent in Sylvan. So.
No, even the 0.1% vacancy, it doesn't really.
Yeah,
it's
that's because the guy's painting the place. It's nothing else, not because it's actually vacant. Yeah, no, that's it's good, and it's, you know, it's just straight. It's a straight shot down to the lake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like about 2 city blocks.
Yeah.
From the beach, essentially.
Walking distance to the beach. No, looks good.
Yeah.
And what's your favorite car?
There's nothing in here that seats a family of 6, so I'll go to your other dealership. I want a Wagoneer, please.
Wagoneer. That's awesome. Thank you, Crystal. Devin, come on up.
Woo.
Okay, so that looks a lot more like a PowerPoint because that's the way my brain thinks. And I'm going to be the color of a whoopee cushion in like a minute for sure. But so what's the deal? I'm presenting 5801 Lakeshore Drive. It's a 2.46 acre parcel on the, I'm glad I went after you because you spoke all about Sylvan, and this is similar to that. but I'm on the the property's on the very west end of Lakeshore Drive. It's one of the last redevelopment or development opportunities for multifamily along Lakeshore Drive. It's currently zoned future designation. And to me, what that means is you got to call the town and see what they think. Which this one, the future designation actually fits under their urban neighborhood policy, which is intended for higher density residential. The kicker with this one is there's currently a residence on it. And so there's some other costs associated with that, like there's some offsite levies. You'll have to go through the outline plan, and there's a bunch of details there. But at the end of it, we pulled what we worked on some other projects in Black Falls and Sylvan Lake and things like that on what the number of units you'd be able to put there. We looked at market rents and kind of worked backwards on all the additional costs because it's not shovel ready. Like a lot of the time when you're looking at development land, there's some other opportunities in Sylvan that are further along that would maybe take some less equity. But being a smaller lot and being on Lakeshore Drive, if you're a larger investor, being in a smaller lot, my opinion, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think you can get in and out of that project a lot quicker than you could something larger. So the list price on it currently is $1.35 million for the 2.46 acres. There's a residential home, and I guess you could still kind of call it a shop on the property. And yeah, that's where it's at.
So you
Do you
can
guys have any
build
questions for
40
me
to
so far?
60 units potentially on this?
Yeah, under the urban neighborhood policy with Sylvan Lake, when I spoke to them, it was townhouses, stacked townhouses, or low-rise multifamily. One additional question for the town, sometimes they say in town you can go 6 stories high, but then other times you hear that you can only go 3. So I think that's something you'd have to work through in your outline plan, is if you can go higher or if you can't. And for where it is, I don't know if anybody else is familiar with Sylvan Lake, but when you're going west out of town on Lakeshore Drive, it's basically just past your entrance to Norglenwald. So there's a vacant lot there, and then there's some storage, and then it's the next residence just on the south side of the road.
And have you explored CMHC MLI Select putting 5% down?
Yeah, so we didn't factor that into our pricing actually, because we had some other clients that were looking at an MLI project in and around Crestview, and we were working with Canada ICI, and their feedback was reaching the market rents to get the MLI funding on that was tougher in Sylvan Lake in comparison to some other communities. So that's, yeah. Otherwise, the price would hopefully be more than the 1.35 for the sellers, but.
Yeah, because usually land is based on how many doors you can build on it, and this seems pretty awesome.
Yeah, we had some information on the Black Falls development in Aspen Lakes, and that's where we got that up to 60 units. Is kind of depends on how you. A footnote, and honestly, maybe not a positive. Lakeshore Drive, with where this is located, you actually can't put a road from the development to Lakeshore Drive. You have to. There's a road that ties into it that is actually supposed to go right through the home. That's your entrance.
Cool.
But,
That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you very much. Okay.
Yeah, MLI Select. So I would look into doing MLI Select. There's a couple ways to structure it. With new construction, just 25% of the units have to be affordable in order to have 5% down to build multifamily. Like 5% down is crazy. You can put that on a line of credit. with new construction, it costs more initially to build. You're looking at about 15% down, but then after the product is built and fully rented, then they refinance you and you only have 5% down. But it's actually possible. We've got some builders in the room where they could build it for 5% less, and then at the end you're in it for zero. So I would look into this deal because I'm very bullish on multifamily.
I have a quick question then, because we're trying to work MLI into a project in Crestview, and won the market rents in that, and then we basically connected John from Falcon Homes, and then Josh from Canada ICI, and we're like, okay, like if you guys can make this work, then we can go figure it out and find you a buyer. And we found that there's a little bit of a disconnect between the build cost and where the numbers need to be on the MLI. Maybe that's a conversation for later, but.
Yeah, you have to build to rent. So that's the difference. It's like 800 square feet. I mean, in Calgary, they're doing 600 square feet for 2 bedrooms, which is way too small. But yeah, you got to shrinkflation. You got to shrink it to make it work.
I'll have to share, because we have like floor plans and everything for the Crestview project. So maybe I'll share that with you guys after and let me know what you think.
Yeah, I'll connect you to my builder partner.
Yeah, sure.
Great presentation, Devin, like the slideshow on paper. So, again, I'm a picture guy, so that's what I like, and I think a lot of people need a clear understanding, so good job on doing that.
Good.
Yeah, that's excellent. Especially something that size in Sylvan Lake. You know, there's not that many, you know, I call them gems or hope diamonds as I refer to them.
Yeah.
There's not that many big pieces left. It's all been chopped up. So if somebody is wanting to get into the market and yeah, I think MLI Select as well. But yeah, even if you make tiny ones, like, you know, we've got an apartment building and they're like 400 square feet and they're 100% rented. Like it's insane. So it is getting that affordability factor. You could do the, you know, accessibility, the green, you know, you could get into one of those combinations of things to get it through. But yeah, you could build a lot there. And I mean, they can walk down to the beach.
Yeah. And I guess the other side too, just east of where this one is, we've been told the seller's open to if something happens on this one that, and they need more room or whatever needs to happen, that there's a conversation there. But.
Would the sellers partner up, carry financing? Because it's not selling today, so, you know, they might want to partner.
Yeah. The conversations we had with them in doing the evaluation and bringing it to market and how we were going to do it, I think it's worth having a conversation.
Yeah. Okay.
They were pretty open to our suggestions. So it would just be how long they're carrying the selling financing, that because they're older folks and things like that, right? So
so they're bored. They need something to do. They need to get in on a project. You'll actually find people that are older are bored. You get more bored and you buy things because that's what you do.
If we can find somebody to shovel their deck, I'm sure they might be a little softer too.
All right, sounds good.
What's your favorite car?
Yeah, I think I'm a 911 guy, probably. Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you, Devin.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Next, we have Carl Wilson.
All right, to kind of explain who I am to start with, as Bryce said, I'm a builder, both in Alberta and BC. Full renovations from ground up to completions. We're a one-stop shop, so we do everything in-house. Allows us to really control prices and everything. What I'm looking and proposing today to the Sharks is we're looking for investors or lenders or partners in what we house as our shop right now. Value of the property. Sorry, is that better? All right. I'll talk a little louder too. I've been told I mumble a lot. So, so ultimately the property is here in Red Deer. I've been leasing it for the last 3.5 years. The I have a offer to purchase attached to it. The purchase price is basically on land alone. I basically over the last 3 years have put about 350 to 400,000 into the renovations. We do everything with our building company through that building. So as far as the lease goes, the payments are easy to maintain and keep going. And now it's time to buy the building. We basically have it in the lease at 750,000 as a purchase price. Right now, the as-is purchase price or as-is value is 975,000. So we've already got a couple $100,000 into it. Even though I put quite a bit more cash into it, the market's a little softer in that industrial area. I did one of the commercial realtors in Red Deer do a market analysis on it. Right now, he's saying that as-is value is conservatively 1.1, and that when the renovations are done, it should be sitting about 1.3. So what I'm looking for is basically a lender or an investor or a partner to kind of come on board, buy the property from the seller. He's an elderly gentleman, just wants out. It's his last property in Red Deer. He wants to head off to Mexico and do his thing. So 750,000. The extra catch to it is I have another company that I'm starting that I'm offering an equity stake into it as part of it. So it worked really well with Bryce and I on our 27-plex. Giving your investment and an equity stake seemed to work wonderfully. So I figured I'd take this spin on it too. I actually have a patent and an IP that comes with the property and the equity stake. And those numbers can kind of be discussed and what the actual IP is for anybody who's actually interested in it. Today it's about the real estate and finding the perfect person to work with me.
This is in Red Deer, is it?
Yes, it's actually on 52nd Ave and 6898. So Taylor, 52nd Avenue and 68th Street, kind of just 2 blocks west of the Pizza Hut on the north end. Okay. So it's right in the hub of residential, 1.6 acres. So we got lots of room for expansion. The other advantage to it is part of the purchase is the lot next to it as well. So it gives us that 1.67 acres, which allows us to build another building in the foreseeable future. So it adds to the equity in me being a builder, allows me to control those costs when that time comes.
Okay. And are you currently in a vendor take-back deal with him or a lease to own? Or
I'm in a lease right now with an option to purchase.
Okay.
So,
but not a lease to own, so there's no equity built in.
No
yet.
equity to built in.
Other than the renovations.
Exactly.
Okay.
Correct.
Well, I'm a little biased. I think he's awesome. So I'm going to give it to Penny.
Well, I like that there's bare land next door. That's always nice. And the fact, I saw crypto. You've already got my attention. And a patent, crypto, extra land. This sounds pretty good to me. So I think that, and I mean, that's when you want to buy, right? When the market's soft.
That's correct.
Right? Yep. Grab that baby up. You've already done the renovations. You know the tenant, he's been paying for 3.5 years, so I think you're good there. So I think this would be a good opportunity for someone to, make money now and then make money in the future.
You bet. Yeah. And like you said, there it is in the IP is in the crypto space and also in the green energy space. So we're actually have a revolutionary concept that brings green energy and crypto together, 2 brand new markets that are on the earning cusp of everybody that listens to media. So
cool. We'll hear more about that. Maybe we'll have to have a crypto night. Crypto real estate? I don't know.
So what is the crypto? I know what it is. It's a furnace that heats. We're plumbing our building to put a crypto furnace in there so that our boiler will be earning income. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, it also makes it so that anybody that wants to get involved with it owns their solar after the 5-year term that we've kind of set out. So typically it takes 15 years to get your money back on your solar. We made it possible with no money down and you own it in 5 years using crypto as the mechanism to get you there. So
what's your favorite car?
You know what? I'm a trades guy, so I'd look really stupid with that 911 with a piece of plywood strapped to the roof. But when I retire, I'll be coming to visit you. So,
Thanks, Carl. Ashley.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ashley. I'm a real estate agent in Edmonton, Alberta, and my hometown is Morinville, which is an hour north. I've been selling real estate in that community for 20 years, and I'm here today as more of a plea for help. Mine's not necessarily the traditional deal that you guys are talking about, so I'm asking for help and some big money tonight, but hopefully someone here has something that might be able to help me get there. So today I'm proposing a boutique-style hotel in my hometown community of Morinville. We're right now lacking temporary housing. We have none. Our hotel burned down in 2022. We also have a motel that was condemned 5 years prior to that. So for me, being a big community advocate, finding housing for those residents that were displaced was just impossible. The nearest town to us is actually St. Albert. If you're familiar with Edmonton, St. Albert is north of there. It's 20 kilometers from Morinville. We have 10,000 residents there, so our population is huge, and it's been growing 2% a year since 2016. It's amazing that we don't have a hotel or any kind of motel in anything like that. So all the nearby towns, I'm going to touch base on these ones, but my community, which are Westlock, Fort Saskatchewan, Stony Plain, Barrhead, and Gibbons, they all face similar challenges with hotel availability, but they do actually have one, and we don't. So many surrounding towns around here, Innisfail, Lacombe, Blackfalds, Ponoka, Sylvan Lake, you all have an inn, you all have a motel, you all have something, and we have nothing. So my plea is for help on someone to help me get there and how to do it. We are placed on Highway 2, so we are in the corridor to the north. We are just, like I said, north of St. Albert. Easy access to Edmonton. There's the Villeneuve Airport, the Canadian Armed Force Base. I do a lot of military work, and my clients have to come in and stay in the city. So today, the majority of Morinville's visitors seem to be business travelers, tourists, military, and event participants. I'm hoping to ask for your help today to put up a 20-unit boutique hotel. It would be standard and premium options, room for meeting rooms or events, possibly a pool, but I don't need the cherry on top right now. I just need temporary housing for my people, so my community. A pool is another story. We have a wait list for swimming lessons in all the surrounding communities around us. Again, St. Albert, Westlock, the base, it's a wait list for swimming lessons. So we built a brand new community leisure center, and we don't have a pool. And it's, if you're on our rant and rave or any of your own community rant and raves, it's something that people talk about all the time. So again, I have found a space for it, and I'll talk about some of the startup costs. Marketing is important. As a 20-year veteran in real estate, I feel like I have that down pat, so we can get into that further if you need some info. I do have a comprehensive business plan. Startup costs for a hotel, motel are anywhere between 4 to 8 million. So it is a pretty big range. I don't have the exact costs right now. That would include and be influenced by equipment, renovations, and operating capital. An economy hotel, motel, we're looking at maybe 1.5 to 3 mil, excluding the land. And a mid-scale hotel, we're looking at roughly 3 to 4 mil. For the land acquisition, I do have a few potential locations. They're looking around the $600,000 mark. Obviously, larger spaces would be needed if we were to have a pool based on how many investors I could get in this project. So today I'm asking for help. I'm asking for anybody that might know somebody that's able to help build, able to help with the permit process, whatever that looks like. I need to get housing into my community, and I need help with doing that. So right now there's an urgent gap in the local hospitality market in Morinville. And with my business plan, community support, I feel like there's nothing but success that could come out of this. So thank you for your time.
I think you should run for mayor.
Drive from Morinville, so.
Have you talked to the BDC or mortgage broker just to see what financing on something like that would look like?
Honestly, this is something that's just been talked about in residents and, other businesses. I run a local mastermind group, and I have connections with some of the people in council and mayor. There has been an approval for a hotel that was done about 4 years ago, and I believe the gentleman is just not in the health position to do it. So the opportunity was open. I've had some conversations. Wasn't really something that I was passionate about until my friend's house burned down last week, and I decided I really needed to make something happen to keep them in the community. So it just made me decide today was like a shit or get off the pot. So here I am.
Right. So one thing when Bryce introduced me, I've been pretty good at raising capital from the private market. And I think one thing that I'm kind of hearing with the tight-knit community, I think you might be able to find, what I would personally do is try to find 4 or 5 investors, and I'm more than willing to share my pitch deck with you.
Yep.
Because I think if you could get 4 or 5 guys in at, $750 each or something like that, but have the clear breakdown on how they get their capital back. But I think if you can pull at their heartstrings and, they want to help the community, this might be the way to do it.
Yeah.
And then you can get the banks on board and stuff too. So that is one of my recommendations. So.
Okay.
Yeah, very passionate proposal. Thank you. I did a little Googling because Bryce said, well, what do you got? Morinville. So I'm like, oh, Morinville. So it's 45 minutes to downtown Edmonton. So that in itself is great. I mean, when the hotels are full, 45 minutes isn't that far. In Red Deer it's far, but in Edmonton that's not that far. I was also thinking that we were talking about earlier, there's a guy that can get, I call them Lego blocks. So I was down in New Brunswick, and they're building like Lego piece condos everywhere. I was in this one town, there's like 12 of them. I'm like, how is this happening so fast? But you can build them at way cheaper. And so you can have a builder here who can put the Lego pieces together, but that would also bring down the price because, affordable housing is needed everywhere.
Yeah.
And this is something we're going to need to figure out. And, Bryce and I are talking to a guy that's bringing stuff from China, but it is built to standards here, but it'll be, say, 1/10 or, even 25% of the cost of building new construction. So I think that might be one of the solutions to the housing crisis. And you could, I think you should get the town to give you like free taxes for 10 years or something. Yeah.
One thing that I did forget to mention, which was really important in my speech here that I skipped by that I wanted to mention because I know there are a lot of people here that do Airbnb, is when the house burned down and when the hotel burned down, I came to realize that we have 1 Airbnb in Morinville. So for a population of 10,000, it is crazy. So if anybody wants to find a place to open up an Airbnb and buy up some property, please bring it to Morinville so that we can have some temporary housing for our residents.
That's awesome. When you're analyzing motels and hotels, you want to look at the hotel occupancy to see what your competition is going to be like. And
Luckily, we have none.
That's crazy. Awesome. And what's your favorite car?
I'm going to go with yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's pending, but sometimes those things fall apart.
Udoka, come on up. This is our last presenter, our last deal. Save the best for last.
Hey, lots of pressure. Mine's pretty short and sweet. My name's Udoka. I've been an investor in Red Deer, real estate for Red Deer, Edmonton, recently Calgary area. And for now, I have just got some of the limited information. I have a 3-unit building in Joffre, Alberta. And it pulls in $3,950 a month for rental income. You'll be getting at it for better than the 1% rule for under $395,000. The seller's open to right now flat out purchase outright, or he's also open to a joint venturing as well. You just have to qualify for a mortgage, and then he'd also be willing to potentially hold title as well.
And so, what's the 1% rule?
$395,000 of the rent income that we're getting. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's for sale for $395,000, brings in $3,950 a month.
Yeah.
That's awesome. A lot of investors. Yeah. Was it triplex or is it 6 units? You said they had basement suites?
Yeah, it's 2 basement suites and 2 basement suites and 1 on the main floor.
Oh, triplex.
So, yeah. That I'm confirming, yeah, because I was like, let's just make sure we got that. He said he has space for all 3, their own showers, own bathrooms, and living space and kitchen areas, but I said, let's just get some paperwork to confirm that it's legal. Sorry? I could pull that information. I'll have to double check the numbers again, but I can get that for you. Yep. Just got total numbers from him for now. Yeah. I was like, if you want, I can share. You're like, yeah, sure, why not? I'm like, okay.
Well, the nice thing about that location is, they bring people in to do shutdowns and startups and whatever. They need a place to stay. So
Right.
You could maybe do 2 long-term, put an Airbnb in Joffre. I mean, it's like Morinville, there probably isn't one. So
Yeah.
there probably needs to be one.
Nova Chemicals is big for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right around there.
Actually, you could probably rent it to them. Ooh, you should go to them.
Yeah.
Do a little one page, send it off to HR and say, hey, pass this around.
True. Yeah.
A lot of money out there. Yeah, that's where I would go.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's in my garage if you want it. I ripped down the for sale by owners, for sale by we buy houses for cash signs because they're illegal. One of the things I like about this property is how much rent it brings in. And so one of the problems investors run into is eventually you can't qualify for things. And because this one brings in so much money, it basically qualifies for itself. So if you're tapped out, this one could be worth checking out. Awesome. Well, thank you. What's your favorite car?
Thank you. Oh, the 911. Yeah. Porsche guy. Yeah.
Thank you, Doka.
No problem.
Cool. Well, that concludes our event for the evening. Our next event, we do bi-weekly events. So our next one is November 19th. I bought a house in June for $5,000 using seller financing. So we have a guy coming who's teaching about seller financing because there's 101 ways to do it. He's going to be talking about one of the ways that he uses to build a business from it. So November 19th, look out for the ad on Facebook for that one.